this is Natalie from Hoya Haven, and I am back again. It's been about 8 days since I've done a video. I guess I'll start with my little story first, and then we'll get into the plants. So anyhow, I kind of had a sad little week. I'm feeling sorry for myself, but I went to the dentist on Wednesday, and I was going to get an old crown replaced, and so I've had this crown for like probably 10 years or more. But it started getting loose, and when I went to the dentist a few weeks ago, they said it needed to be replaced. So I already accepted that. You know, it's going to be about $600 out of pocket, so I already planned for it. No big deal. Wasn't happy about it because I just don't like going to the dentist, but I forced myself to go because I want to keep my teeth. So I get there, and they numb me up. They start to take the crown off, and when they did, the tooth sheared off right at the gum line. So essentially at that point I had no tooth left. And the dentist is like, that's okay, you're still numbed up, we can proceed with an implant. And by that time I'm crying, and he told me that I'd have to go like 4 months without a tooth while the implant heals, because I guess it takes a while for the bone and the screw to integrate together. And which upset me even more because I'm used to crowns. I'm used to getting a replacement when I walk out, not going out toothless. So I was very upset, and I decided I wasn't doing anything else that day. I was over it. I just needed to get out of that dentist's office. So I asked him what other options were. I said, spell it all out for me, and I'll come back and I'll set up another appointment, because I can't get it done today. I just can't. So anyways, in addition to the $600 I already paid, I'm going to owe another $2,200 and be without a tooth for now 4.5 months, because since I didn't get it done right then, it's 2 more weeks until I can get in again. So yay me, I'm without a tooth till, I think I calculated it to sometime in July. Hopefully everything heals up like it should. So it is what it is. I'm very thankful that it's in the back of my mouth. If I smile or talk, you can't really see it, but I know it's there. I know it's not there and don't like it one bit, but at this point I have no other choice. And for a bridge, it was like I was going to save like $3 by getting a bridge. So I'm like, of course we're going to get the implant. I'm mad about the money, but I'm madder about not having a tooth. I don't like it. It's just kind of taken a little hit to my confidence, and nothing anybody can say or do can make me feel different. It's just the way I am. But I decided I'm going to just deal with it, and I'll be full of smiles come July. So anyways, that's my little 3-minute story. Now let's get into my plants. And I've got some ones that are struggling, to say the least. So I love showing off my beautiful plants, but I'd be a liar if I told you all my plants were beautiful. They are not all beautiful. So let's go through some of mine that are struggling. And I think for every favorite plants I'll put out for the month, maybe I'll throw in an extra struggle plants episode, because I'm sure I'll have different ones struggling a month from now. So anyways, I've got 6 on my list. 3 are Hoya, 3 are not. And let's just get started. I'll do the non-Hoya first, and then we'll do the Hoyas. So I've heard people say Crotons are like the worst plant. Like, don't get them. No matter what you do, they will die. And I had a couple other Crotons, and they died. One was I think it's called a stargazer. And then the other one with the fat leaves, I don't remember what that one's called, but they both died, like and not too long of me getting them. So, but then I had another one, and this one thrived, and I loved it. But something happened. I forgot to water it one time, and then it started drooping. So then I watered it, and it came back, and now they're crisping up and dying. And I don't think there's anything I can do to stop it. I think it's just going to die. So here we go. Here's my Croton. I'm not 100% on the name. I didn't get an ID with it. I think it might be called the Mamai or something like that. This is not sun stress. This is death. See what I mean? Yeah, they're just falling off one by one. And the strange thing, so these were all very brightly colored green, red, and yellow, right? Like a Croton usually is. So now I'm getting some new growth at the top, but it's mostly just green with some yellow mixed in. So I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of thinking these are all going to die off, and then I'm just going to be stuck with this green top. So my plan is I'm going to water it once a week. I'm going to let the ones fall off that are going to eventually fall off anyways, and just see what happens. If it dies, I won't be sad. I will immediately throw it in the trash, and I will never buy another Croton because I learned my lesson. So that's struggle plant number 1, Croton. And if you have one and you're wondering how to keep it alive, this ain't the right video for you. So, all right. My number 2 plant is, and this is one of many. I have more than one, but this is my biggest one. This is my Hoya Australis. He's very large, as you can see. And he didn't always struggle. He thrived. He was in a hanging basket. Oh, excuse. Hang on one second. Okay. So he was in a hanging basket, and he was on my downstairs ladder, and he did all this, like up and through the ladder and everything. He was just loving life. But I got nervous. I didn't think I wanted to keep him on the ladder, and it was getting to the point where I wasn't going to be able to untangle him. So I thought I'd rather he was in a pot on a very tall trellis, and I could manage it that way. Ever since I did that, things have taken a downturn. It looks good on the surface, with the exception of an occasional yellow leaf. But what you can't really tell on initial observation is these leaves are not taking in the water. They're just getting more and more wrinkly. Can you see that? It's just, they're thin, they're wrinkly, and this might be my project later today. I got a couple plants I'm going to dig into, figure out what's going on. I think there's some kind of root issue going on. You know, Hoyas, they don't like to be repotted. And I thought this one was going to like struggle and then make a comeback, but it's been struggling and then struggling some more. So I'm going to have to dig into it. I don't have another choice. Either that or I may end up losing the plant. So depending on what the roots show me, I may propagate it. I might just clean up the roots and retry again. I don't know. But that's my number 2. Oh, and by the way, I lied. I said I was going to do the non-Hoya first and then the Hoya. Well, I grabbed the wrong one. So I guess we'll just take turns. So this is my struggle Hoya Australis. Okay, 3rd plant. I'll do a non-Hoya this time. This one, if it weren't for the fact that it was my mom's plant, and my mom passed away 3 years ago. I would have thrown this in the trash by now. But it was my mom's, and I want to try to keep it alive. It used to be much bigger when it was my mom's. Now I just have a fraction of it left, but I'm never going to give up on it until its last leaf drops. So this here is my bamboo. It was a lucky bamboo, but I think right now I would call it more an unlucky bamboo. He's still very wet. He doesn't really ever look worse, but he doesn't really ever look better. So I've got him downstairs now. He's in my living room in my corner, which I'm going to do another video on that. I haven't finished my corner yet, and when I finish it, I think you guys would really like it, and I think I'd like to show it. So trying to figure out what he's doing. So bamboos do not like a lot of direct light, and they like a lot of water. And I made the mistake. The one I had, it was doing really good until I decided to put it out on my front porch. And that was before I really knew a lot about plants, and burnt the heck out of it. And this is all I have left. And he hangs in there. He just doesn't ever get any prettier than this. So that's my number 3 struggle plant, the bamboo. All right. Guess we'll do another Hoya. And this one, you're going to laugh. There's no bringing this one back. I actually pulled it out of the garbage to show you. And I don't have that many hurt feelings over it. It is what it is. But this here is my Hoya Deykeae times chicken farm. It's a combination. And at the time I bought it, I was not looking for a chicken farm. I was looking for a Deykeae. And I had been unable to find one. And I thought, well, this is a Deykeae chicken farm. At least it's a form of Deykeae. It wasn't that expensive. I'll get this. It had 2 leaves on it. They were both about this size. And it was in one of these little foamy things, which I have to say I'm not a fan of. I know the roots are supposed to grow right out of it, and they're supposed to recover, and I don't know. I don't really care for them. They seem to hold up progress more than anything, at least in my opinion. It had been doing good for a little while, and then the one leaf fell off. It started doing this, and I just immediately took the leaf off, thinking I could save the other leaf. Well, that didn't happen. I'm guessing I think I overwatered it. I don't know. It was hard to tell if it needed water or not because of this foamy thing. So a few days ago, the other leaf fell off, and I just, you know what? I don't really care about this plant that much. And I immediately, there's no trying. I mean, there might be a stick in there somewhere, but whatever. It's in the trash. And as a matter of fact, I'm throwing it right in the trash right now. There. It's in the trash. And the one good thing is I was able to find a Deykeae later on, and my Deykeae is thriving. So I don't need that plant. The only thing it does is it takes my 100 plants, my 100 Hoyas that I have, and now makes it 99. So I don't have the claim of 100 Hoyas anymore, unless I go out and buy another one, which I guess I'll have to do. So anyways, I have 99 Hoyas. I don't have 100 anymore. So that was my number 4 struggle plant. Deykeae versus chicken farm. Not versus times. Deykeae times chicken farm. All right. So we'll go to another non-Hoya. This is number 5 on my list. And it is my marble queen. Now, you might see this plant and say, what is Natalie talking about? This plant is not struggling in the least. Well, What you haven't seen is like the 20 leaves I've pulled off of here probably in the last 10 days back here. The leaves are consistently turning yellow and falling off. Here's a yellow one right here. And I thought at first it was just one or two, you know, and then the plant would just kind of recover and maybe they were old leaves, whatever. No, it's happening at a more rapid pace now. I have no choice but to dig into it. It's probably going to be one of my chores later today, that the Hoya Australis and my Pothos Marble Queen. Find out what's going on with the roots and act accordingly. So I will probably also take some propagations of this. You guys know how Pothos propagate very easily. So if I end up losing the big plant at some point, it's still I would at least have propagations, and maybe I could just put the propagations back in the side that's very, very empty right now. So I think I can turn it around. I'm not too terribly upset. But that's one of my struggle plants, number 5, Pothos Marble Queen. All right, got one plant left. That is a Hoya. This one, out of all the plants I just showed you, this is probably the one I'm most sad about. And this would be my Hoya Variegated Wayetii. And yes, he looks sad. So go back to like last year, I had a different one. The other one I had was much more pretty than this one. And I really wasn't paying attention to my plants as closely as I should have been. And it died a slow death, and I didn't realize it until it was too late and the roots were completely gone and I couldn't propagate. And I knew it was struggling, but I just thought, it'll bounce back. Like, I didn't have the plant knowledge or know-how that I do now. And then I was really sad when I lost it. So I'm like, I'm just going to get another one. And this one, I'm just going to pull out all stops. I'll make sure it lives. Well, he's not dead, but he's been struggling. This one, the leaves aren't as fat and succulent as my first one that I had. So, you know, but he is a Wayetii variegated, which is what I wanted. And by the way, I'm not opposed to, if I ever find a better one in a store, I would probably buy it and just let this one do whatever it does. But for right now, this is all I have. And so it was struggling in the pot it was in. So I repotted it to terracotta. I thought maybe it needed something that it could wick the water away a little better. So I moved it to terracotta. And it does feel like it's pretty, well, maybe not. It's rooted halfway decent into the terracotta pot. And then I thought, well, I know sometimes these variegated versions need a little bit more sun. I'm going to put it in the grow tent, and it's just going to take off. That's what my thinking was. Well, it started like burning up in the grow tent. It didn't like it. And so now it's out of the grow tent. It's upstairs. And I feel like I've got the watering schedule okay. I don't know what else I can do for it. The leaves are starting to fold together. It's just not happy, and I don't know what to do to make it happy. So I'm going to keep working on it. I'm not going to pull it out yet. Maybe come spring and summer, it'll just start doing something, but I don't know. I'm not real thrilled with them. So anyways, that's my number 6 struggle plant, and that is the Hoya Variegated Wayetii. So I think that's going to be it for my video this morning. Please stay tuned. I'm going to try to get some more out. Maybe a second one today, but if not, a couple during the week. I have many more topics I want to discuss. I had a rough week and I just wasn't feeling it, but I'm back now. I'm going to try to get these videos out. So see you next time. Bye.